Welcome back, Barbecue Pit. Crazy weekend in UFC. Gonna get right into it. Dustin Poirier knocking out Justin Gaethje. Big fight. He called out Khabib afterwards. Might get that fight, probably not. As long as Connor's still in the picture, we'll see what happens with Connor. If Connor don't fight, that might be a good fight. But Gaethje, he bangs for a little bit too long, and then if you out technique him, you gonna beat him after a minute. So I think that's how that fight went. He said he's only gonna have about five more fights. It'd be entertaining to see five more fights from Justin Gaethje, whether he wins or loses. So I'm with it. Dustin Poirier getting a little closer. I like that, but I don't think he's gonna beat Khabib. He couldn't beat Khabib. I don't think. Uh, but that's just my opinion. The co-main event was cool. Carlos kind of came back, made his return against Cowboy Oliveira, and he almost choked him out at the end of the first round. Oliveira lasted the last 10 seconds. He was thin to choke. He lasted, um, and then came back and choked him out. Oliveira choked Condit out in the second round. So big things for Oliveira coming up. That was cool. The third to last fight of that card, I thought this guy, he don't like to be compared to John Jones, but I thought he was close to being the next John Jones for the UFC. And excuse me. And man, he just put on a poor performance against a wrestler. And it's not that the guy took him next. He got a lot of takedown defenses. The guy wasn't good on. He was like 1 of 4, 1 of 5, 2 of 6, something like that. And the last takedown in the third round, he just kept him down the whole round. So I think he won the last round, but he got smoked in the first 2 rounds. But not smoked like he should have knocked that kid out. Something was going on. A lot of people are trying to post for him to fight CB Dalloway next. I'd like to see that. I don't want to see him fight no big guys yet. Another fight that was just announced to the July 7th card. One of my favorite fighters, Mike Perry, is going to be fighting another one of my favorite fighters, Yancy Mirandos. It's going to be a cool fight. I think that's International Fight Week with Stipe and Daniel Cormier. That's cool. That's a good way to beef up that card. But that'd be I don't know. International Fight Week's normally pretty cool, man. That's not really a big card in my opinion this year. That was a cool card. That was a cool fight to add to that card, and hopefully they add another cool one. Save that card a little bit, but I like the ones that's coming up. The Lee versus Barboza. I I would have to probably take Kevin Lee, just because I think his wrestling's up there with Khabib's. It's not as good as Khabib's, but it's up there with Khabib's. Khabib just fucked Barboza up on the wrestling big time, so I don't think he's really got a chance in that fight. I think he just came off of a loss to a wrestler. He's got to fight another wrestler. He's got a little bit of a training camp to try to train for another wrestler, so how much better could he do? Not much worse for a wrestler. He's not as good, but he's not really that bad. Kevin Lee's a pretty good wrestler. So, I don't know. I would give it to Kevin Lee if I had to pick via decision. Maybe even split, just because they might stand up for a little while. Who knows? You never know what goes on with those kind of fights. The co-main event to that fight was Frankie Edgar is going to be fighting Cub Swanson again. That's cool. I think Frankie is going to win, is my opinion, just because I'm biased, and only because I'm biased. Because, I mean, let's be clear here. Frankie had never got knocked out in his life. Coming off his first knockout loss. We all know what that could do. Cub Swanson, same thing. He's not, he's a bad motherfucker, and then he got choked out by that same guy. So I mean, both of them coming off kind of shaky. They're all shaked up. We'll see what happens. I'm going with Frankie because of bias. I do think Frankie's gonna win the fight. I'm not all wrestling pro. I know I just picked two wrestlers back to back, but I really like strikers, which is what I'm gonna pick on the third fight for that card, which is Thiago, Thiago Santos versus David Branch. And David Branch is not the best wrestler, but we seen him uh, really fuck Luke Rockhold up for a good bit in the first round, and then get knocked out in the second round. But grappled him a little bit. Did pretty well grappling. I think he was a college wrestler. I'm not too sure about that. Maybe pulling that shit out my ass. But I thought he was a college wrestler. Fucking, I'm gonna pull fucking college out my ass too. Fuck that. Um, but anyway, Thiago Santos is one of the best strikers I think in middleweight right now. So I'd say it's gonna be hard to beat him. David Branch does not got that. I think Santos knockout before 3 minutes into the second round. I'm gonna make that accurate of a claim. It's gonna happen with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left of the second round. Santos gonna knock him out. That's my prediction there. um, Also, real quick, I just want to give a shout out to all of my friends that I grew up with them, my cousins, all that. I'm gonna give a shout out to Proper Carlt, Propercarlt. Look him up. He's gonna be performing. I wrote down. Let me see. I wrote down where he was gonna be performing at. He's performing at that Los Angeles Artist Showcase on what's that? May 7th, 2018. So a little under a month away. Probably a couple weeks away, 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away, something like that. At 3040 Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles, California. If you're in Los Angeles, go check him out. Uh, you know, I grew up with him. I know him. He's a cool guy. I grew up with his cousin, my boy Marcus Taylor, which if you're in South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, Irmo, South Carolina, somewhere around there, you can hit me up. I gave you his number. He does a car cleaning service. You need your car clean, hit him up. He got all that, the little stuff. You can do all, mix it all, look good and shit. Wash the outside and all that shit. So you hit me up. I don't know how you hit me up through YouTube, whatever, Twitter, whatever. I give you his number. If you're in town, you get your car cleaned. He'll take care of you. If you're in New York ever, I got my one cousin that does granite. He could do water heaters for your house. He could do tile. You tell me, I can get him over there. He'll do something for you. I got another cousin that's a stockbroker. So if you're into that, I want to get into that. So I got to talk to him the next time I'm down there. But not into doing it, just into making some money from it. But if you could do that, I don't even know how that works. But if you know how it works, you want to hit me up. I'll link you up with him. We'll see what we could do there. Who else we got? Real quick, I just wanted to make my predictions for the NBA playoffs because I'm silly and I want to make my fantasy predictions and I want to make my actual predictions. So, my fantasy predictions is that Victor Oladipo leads Indiana to the Eastern Conference. They win. They go to the finals and they play against OKC, who just traded him to Indiana for Paul George. Okay, OKC beats him before, starches him. That's what I want to see happen. My ultimate storyline. That would be really cool if I could see that happen. But you know how that goes. That's probably not gonna happen. So my actual prediction of what's gonna happen, as hard as it is to say, because I don't want it to happen again, is that Golden State is gonna get to the finals. Um, I think they're gonna be playing Philly, and if Joel and Ben Simmons are healthy, good chance. They need some problems on the other side. They need foul troubles in some games from Draymond. They need some ejections or something. They need some random freak accidents. Or I don't want to wish I don't know nobody, but they need something to go on the other team to for them to get their shit going because they're a really young team, man. They got those two guys, but those two guys are young, you know. So I'm not saying they couldn't do it. I would root for them the entire time. I love that shit. I love that young guy shit. Um, that shit's cool as fuck to me. That if they would get there, I think they're gonna get there. I think they lost that game to Miami. Dwayne Wade, he's Dwayne Wade. He's gonna do his thing, you know. He's not gonna go out like that. But he's one player. They got a whole team. Soon as Embiid comes back, if he comes back this series, I hope he does. Cause I really hope they get to these conference finals at the least. But yeah. If Embiid comes back this series, it's bye bye, Dwayne. Don't even try. You know, you could drop 50. Embiid comes back, you get shut down, son. Shut down, son. Damn. Hope it ain't Cleveland going State again, man. If there's anything I don't want to happen, it is the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Golden State Warriors. I don't want to see it again, man. Stop. We see it every year. They during the season they always give us these suck ass games, not close. There's one close game every now and then during the season, and they go to the finals and they battle a little bit, a couple of games, but for the most part it's the same shit. When the games they win, they're blowing them out, and the games they lose, they're not. You know, it's the same thing. Same thing as during the season. If you pay attention, there's a couple good games, but goddamn, I want to see it. Fucking from game one to game seven, every game is super competitive at the end of the game. Super competitive. Like I want close scores, good defense, good rotations, everything, scoring on everything. That's high level basketball. And that's what should be what you should see in the playoffs, no matter if it's four games, if they just happen to edge them every four times, or if it takes 7 games, because they keep going back and forth. However long it takes, that's what it should be. It should be the two best teams. It shouldn't be these guys that when they lose, they accept it. Oh, we're gonna win the next game. No, don't. No, 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 no. That's why I like Philly. Because Philly's gonna come in there, and they're gonna play every single game, and they play every single game. My team's the Knicks. I wish, man. I wish. Get me some guys in there. Ennis plays like that. You know what I'm saying? Ennis plays like that. Porzingis plays like that for the most part. I've seen Frank play like that in videos of like in him of him in France. I've seen him play like that, but he just gets. I don't know what it is, man. Maybe it's just different places, placement, not knowing. I don't know. But I seen he acts. He plays. I can't say that. I can't say that. I can't say that. I can't say that. We didn't see enough. We didn't see enough. But he plays with mad confidence when you see his videos of him in France. So I don't know what that means, but maybe we got another guy there. Yeah, damn. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Maybe we got another guy there. Who knows? My team, we got to fight to get competitive. We need somebody out the draft, somebody real good out the draft, and we got one first, 2 seconds. I want to get Atkins, Riley Atkins out of Arizona on one of my second round picks. That would be awesome. I think Riley Atkins is. If I had to make him into somebody that you guys could relate to, I would say Riley Atkins is a mixture of like modern day Tim Hardaway and Lance Stevenson. That's probably how I would call him. And like mixed together. And bro, just put them under whoever we get to coach. Please hire somebody good. Please hire a good coach. That's all I got to say. And let's put a good team together. And let's do what Philly did. Let's go from the worst record to fucking bang. We in the playoffs. Just like bang. Well, we ain't get the worst record. We got 10th. But fuck that. We go from 10th to damn. We second in the East at the end of the season, son. We playing the 7th seed. We getting the easy first round. You know what I'm saying? We need that. We need that. Fans need that. I ain't never seen. I seen the second round. We was the second seed one time when I was able to watch Knicks games, and blew it, dude. Blew it. They blew it that year. Fucking mad people retired. They fired the coach. You know, all stupid shit, man. Just stupid shit, dumb shit. But hopefully they get the heads out. Yes, we got the new GM, Scott Perry. I hope he gets his head out. I ain't seen, he ain't made no bad decisions yet. I ain't seen no bad decisions that I can't see yet. But, that's yet. You never know. All right, I'm about to be out. My last shout outs for my boys that's doing a football thing. Drew Williams, I think last I seen you were in Arizona. Play, long snapper for the Cardinals. Do your thing, homie. Keep grinding, get your spot. You on the way. Jamar Winston. I seen a picture and it looks like you at defensive end. I hope they keep you there. I'm glad you're back at defensive end. That's what I'm talking about. Getting the league. You deserve it, brother. And Nick Norris. I know you only got like 1 or 2 more years. You make these count, man. You got this. Uh, Jamar Winston's at UNC Charlotte, and then Nick Norris is at. I always get this wrong, but Dakota State, not South Dakota State. He's at Dakota State University in South Dakota. But and then also last shout out to my boy Robin Black. Those 1 minute breakdowns are sick, yo. Keep doing those. Envious about how sick those are. You gotta fucking. If anybody hasn't checked that out, go check out Robin Black's 1 minute breakdowns. They're UFC fights. I mean, if you guys feeling not in the UFC fights, don't go watch them. But if you're in the UFC fights, go watch those shits because those shit's awesome. But we have a go. Barbecue Pet. Peace.